Well, this is the channel that I talk about. I'm gonna just walk out this way here since I'm gonna be walking. Yeah, I might as well just start out this way. Yeah, since I'm over here, I don't like to just, mostly I like to come over here and talk about how, we living in this white supremacist society, man. How all the other nations, they prospered, they lived good, had no kind of concerns, no worries with their kids, their families and their children and stuff like that. Whatever it is that they needed financially, it wasn't no problem. And it's right, even to this day, it's still, what's going on? Even to this day, it's still like that with them, But have you ever just, no, wait a minute, I'll just stick with this right now, Like, they hate to get, when they know and they see something coming to you, they hate to give it up. Esau hates to see, like, a lot of people, they'll tell you, or they'll say, oh, we love so-called black people and we love you, whatever, but they prove it every day that they, for decades, and even to this very day, you can't buy that. Don't buy it, because if you buy it, you letting them play you. Then in their mind, they're gonna be like, oh, well, hell, you don't know it, nigga, but we playing you, nigga. We playing y'all niggas. We don't give a shit about y'all. We just repeat that word because we know that that's just a word that everybody used to using in this society. You see what I'm saying? But they never had a concern or worry in the world for their families, their children. They knew their children was good. They living good. They live in good neighborhoods. They got nice cars and got all the cars and transportation, clothes, school, supply. They never had no problem with nothing. Nothing wasn't never no problem for them. Nothing. Nothing at all. But for you and I, it was a problem. Resources wasn't never a thing for them. They have so much resources and stuff. They tired. It's like it literally. They tired of it. They have it so much problem. Yeah, man, they have it so much, man. They tired of it, probably. Oh, they like, damn. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me turn this off right quick because of the music. It was some music right over there. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me turn it off again. I had to mute the mic because the music was they had somebody with some music on the YouTube be tripping. Like, if you got music in your videos, they'll they'll copyright your video, They'll give you a copyright strike, in other words. So that's why I do it a lot. But they never had worry. You ask, just if you listen to white folks, so-called white people, they can tell you they don't know what it is to struggle. They don't know what that is, to have to wait a whole month before they can have something again, and then by the time they get something, then they only have enough to pay their bills, maybe buy them some bread and some water and some lunch meat, and bam, you got to go the rest of the whole month. You barely have enough to buy washing powder. You get that, now you got to stretch that shit for a whole month. They can tell you they never had that problem. They didn't come from a single parent household lonely like that. No. They never had a thing in the world to worry about. They never had a concern that they had to be concerned with. They don't know what it's like. It's to be homeless as much. It's a lot of people. Every nation is homeless, but it's not a larger number as it is the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American people. We experience that more on a higher rate. Most of us, we don't even know what it's like. If you told us to go, that we can afford a car. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it like this in. If we can afford a car, we'll be so used to not being able to afford a car. We've been poor, born into poverty all our whole life. We are damn near wake up and forget we're probably rich. We'll wake up because you know damn well that don't sound like us as a so-called black people or people of color. That don't sound like us. That would be because we're not used to that. We're used to going into the store and saying, I got to take some of this off because I got a budget. How many of you done told your children that? Y'all, I can't afford, put that back. Put that shit back. How many of y'all told y'all kids that? Ooh, I can't afford that. You hear things like, well, ask your daddy to help you fund. But your daddy ain't around or something. Our fathers wasn't around. So you couldn't do that. But when you look at Esau, they know they never had to deal with that. They ain't never had to deal with that. Your mom, your mothers will be like, well, baby, ask your father, ask your daddy for it. I ain't got nothing. You live in a single parent household. Well, go find you some yard work then. Go work, you know what I'm saying? Now you gotta go knock on your enemy's door. And then especially in this day and age, it's even harder. You go knock on your enemy's door for something, they're gonna look out their door and look at you like a criminal if you come up asking them for some yard work. Because y'all know a couple of weeks ago, probably about 2 months ago, y'all noticed I've been outside looking for, y'all remember how I went around knocking on door? I kind of blogged it, some of it going from door to door and just showing y'all, or either I'll come back on here and show y'all or tell y'all I just left there, and those people looking out their windows and stuff, even though you looking for work because you wants to, you basically get looked at as a criminal, and the Esau, they never had to worry about nothing. They ain't never had to worry about nothing. No. They ain't never had to worry about nothing. Man, us as so-called black people, man, we have to though. Yeah. Yeah, we had to. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, man, we had to. And it's so much that I can say. But y'all know how it went, what we had to eat years ago. We had to go in there and eat butter and rice. If we had flour, rice and stuff, we made a meal off of that. We found a way and made a meal out of nothing. We had to do all that stuff though. We had to survive. You know, we had to do that to survive. But I guess there's no need for me to continue to keep this video out. I'm not. I guess some people say he ain't saying nothing, but it is true though. I'm trying to think before I close it out. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that I want to say in this video? Let me see. Yeah, man. I mean, it's just, and you go through it for so long and for so long. When you do, or if you do get blessed with something, or something, and so on and so forth, it's like you got to almost remind yourself that, oh, you got it now. You can do that. I'm not saying I'm not there yet, but I'm just saying, just imagine what it's like when you grew up as a so-called black man being poor, a Hispanic or Native American man poor like me. Then you'll start thinking like, oh, okay, hell, I got it. Let me quit being like that, because you're so used to the system, Esau keeping you down, giving you damn food stamp, welfare, food stamps, and WICs and all that type of shit. You're so used to getting stuff like that, and that represents being fed scraps, like you're a dog. You know, to me, food stamps is a representation of something that they give the slaves. It really does. It represents slavery to me. You're eating it. To me, when I think of food stamps and Medicaid, Medicaid, and all this type of stuff, SON and all that type of stuff, it reminds you of slavery. You think of slavery. You think of poverty, slavery. Every time, it's like it's a stain that I never forget. It's gonna be a stain that you're never gonna forget. When you think about food stamps, welfare, food stamps, WIC, and all that they give our women, black, so-called black woman, Hispanic, Native American man, and Hispanic woman, I mean, what do you think of? You think of slavery, scraps that they're gonna throw out there. It's like being in a dog pen, and you can't get no more than what the master give you. You see what I'm saying? And when you read the Bible, it's gonna read similar to what I'm saying. If you read Leviticus 26 and 17, you're gonna see what it's saying. It's gonna say the same thing, basically what I'm saying about. It says, "You shall be slain before your enemies; they that hate you will reign over you." When you think of food stamps, we don't control that. You don't control them cutting your food stamps, raising your food stamp. You got to be hearing things. Oh, baby, they done raised my food stamp. When I think of all that type of stuff, I think of slavery. You think of the slave master. You out in the yard, in a pen or in a fence, caged in like a damn dog or animal or something like that, which they wouldn't even do a dog like that. That's what you think of. You're thinking of, now, oh, the slave master is feeding me more than what he normally would give me. And whatever you throw in that fence, like if you got a dog locked up in a fence, right? That dog can't get out of that yard, especially if you got it pinned down properly. He can't get out. You know how you done had some dogs and you try to keep them in a pen locked up and they try to get out? They be digging, probably trying to dig holes to get out, because all of that type of stuff, it represents slavery. You know what I'm saying? And I see why my uncle, long time ago, used to tell me he don't believe in tying a dog up. I understand now why he would say that. Because if you got a dog, why would you tie an animal up? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Well, I don't really care about them like that. And confine them unless they vicious or something like that, you know. So I don't know what you would do with that. I think they said the best thing to do is build a backyard where they can roam around. They can be free in the backyard or something like that. But when you tie a dog up, let's say they knock their water over or something, and they get thirsty and the sun is out and it's hot. Then the dog can't go and get no water or get no food or get nothing because you got him confined to a chain or something like that. So that's literally how we are being treated. It's like we are locked up, or we tied up. We're tied to a tree, and we got a big old thick slave chain around our neck. It feels, even though we are mentally enslaved now. You see what I'm saying? It's not physical slavery no more. It's mental and emotional. So when you can only get food stamps to me is a representation when it comes to blacks, Hispanics, and Native American people. It represents the government. Esau is our slave master, right? And it's like they slave owners, modern day slave owners. And it's like literally a chain is around your neck, and you can only get what the slave master throw out in the pen for you to eat. That's literally how I feel and being over here in the so-called America. Even when you look at our men, our nephews and things of that nature, our uncles and things, and our fathers and things that have been in prison and stuff. You see what I'm saying? Who goes to jail for drugs and all that type of stuff. When you think of stuff like put you in prison, you go in straight, but you come out schizophrenic or being a bipolar person and all that. To me, that's a form of, that's like tying a dog up and beating the hell out of a damn dog. That's really what it's like. It's like tying a damn dog up, beating the hell out of a dog. When the dog get out, now he ain't fitting for society. When he see people, he just go to biting them. He just go taking out after people because you done put him in prison. You gave him some medicine. All right, think about it. Have you ever heard people they say when you give a dog some gunpowder, it makes them meaner? Have anybody heard that? If you heard of that before, put it in the comments. Say, I have heard it. I heard it growing up as young, as a teenager, 16, 17. If you give a dog gunpowder, for hearsay, because this is something I heard, they say what it does, it makes them more meaner, and it makes them, once you give it to them, they turn, it says it make them go crazy. So this medicine that they giving us today, Esau, this government, the slave owners, this medicine is literally like gunpowder, is making us react a certain way. And it's like when they go to prison, right? When they go into prison, when they first come in, our people are not bipolar and all this. Some of us probably is like born with it and stuff like that. But I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. You go into prison and now you come out. Now you a whole different man or woman as you was when you get back to your family. Your family is saying like, damn, that ain't like Nika. They be like, y'all know what I'm talking about. Mothers be like, my baby girl wasn't like that before she went in the prison system. Now she got to call the prison system and see what the hell or what the fuck they done gave her child. And they gonna lie to her. And then had her wondering why her mother and her brother couldn't come see her. They'll make up lies and say, we can't come. They don't want to see you. Be lying to you, and knowing that the whole time they've been abuse your child in the jail, beat them, and all of that. Them prison guards get them in there and beat them, and then turn around and drug them up with some medicine and stuff. And then when they come out, they can't function in society like they should. Now they do it on purpose too, because what they trying to do is mentally mess us up and get us out of our natural state, like what they did during slavery, and then say, well, this method is going to be used. They're going to kill each other because we don't like these people no way because they're the Israelites. So what we got to do to stop them from growing and multiplying, we got to come up with something to put in the African American community is to destroy the black man. Number one is hate. We got to use all these different methods. Not only that, but we got to use other methods too. We got to use the prison system. We got to put medicine and drugs in place so these people can take this medicine and be worse than what they was before they start taking the medicine. The purpose of the medication it's a conspiracy. You see what I'm saying? It's to destroy you. That's their whole aim. Because do y'all know that if you look right there in Exodus chapter 1 and verses 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and you read the last verse of Exodus chapter 1, you will see the Israelites, that Pharaoh commanded all of the male boys to be killed and thrown into the river. That was a command. They were black men. Right? Y'all see that, don't you? So as it is in 2023. Same thing. My nephew got one of them. But yeah, that's the whole aim, people. Yeah, hold on, let me see. Oh, it's 3, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's their whole aim. It's to create medicine and drugs. It's a conspiracy in that shit, man. It's to kill you. Because that's why they created the prison system. And the reason I'm talking like that is because I can relate to it. I can relate to it. And that's their whole aim, because they want to destroy you. Because they don't want you to be with your family members in their right mind. Think about it. They don't want you to be with your family. They don't want a son to be able to get along with his father, and the father get along with the son, and the black woman get along with the black man and her son. And they don't want no unified family like that, because this is not how they designed it. The slave master never wanted to be designed that way. That's why the prison system is put in place. The purpose of those dogs, those bloodhounds that they used to sick dogs and all that kind of stuff on our people during the Jim Crow law, all of that is a symbol of something that was created. It's to capture and catch the slaves if they try to run away. It's called runaway slaves. Yeah. The so-called police department, all that shit was created to keep the modern day slaves in line. Have you noticed that when Esau go in the neighborhood, have you noticed that they don't go in their own neighborhood and circulate police cars around, and they always coming in our neighborhood? It just seemed like they come to our neighborhood and circling through our neighborhood the most. That's what the hell that is. If they can keep us divided, that's their whole aim. And this ain't nothing that just started. This been since the beginning of time. They have always been like this here. But we just waking up to it. Yeah. They don't want to, they using anything that they can is to divide us. That's what they doing. Oh, wait a minute. How you doing? All right. Yeah, man. They using all kind of stuff is to divide us. Yeah, that dog, he trying. Yeah, they got a dog back there, man. They got a dog back there. He trying to come out there. Yeah, man. But anyway, man, like I just experienced something maybe just a few minutes ago. You speak to people, I mean your own people, and then they turn around, probably look at you crazy. Yeah, it's crazy, man, out here and stuff like that. But anyway, I don't want to get off topic. But I'll come back and do a separate video about that. But yeah, man. Now we're programmed and conditioned into being racist against each other. You know? And this been for decades. Yeah. And so that's why they use, like I said, the prison system. The prison system is the main cause. You be like, damn, my brother wasn't acting like that. My sister wasn't like that. Like, then, like, you remember how, like I said, let me go back to the beginning. You know how your mother and mother and son used to go to a prison? She would drive the car and go and see her child. And then the people, the guards, and the people who own the prison will be like, well, they don't want to see you. And you be like, the mother be like, well, no, that's not like my child. It's not, my child wouldn't want to refrain from not seeing me. That doesn't sound like my child. Well, I'm sorry, that's what he said. Can we see him? No. That's a red flag right there. Yeah, that's a red flag. So that's letting you know that something ain't right. So the whole point of that too is this here. That's the whole purpose of creating the prison system and putting drugs in our community. That's the whole purpose of it. That's what you have to understand. That's the whole purpose of it, is to devour us. Yeah. That's why the Bible says in Jeremiah 30:16, all they that devour thee shall be devoured. And all thy adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And all that spoil shall be given for a spoil. And all that prey upon thee, I will give for prey. All those other nations that have had a hand in doing these things to our people, the Most High said he's going to give them a payback. It's going to be like a recompense. Recompense means a payback for what you have done, the evil that you do to the forefathers of the chosen people of God, which is the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, which would be the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American people in modern day age, which are the real Jews according to the Bible. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what it's all about, man. Yeah. So yeah, you gotta get a payback for what you do. So I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, and we're gonna come back and I'm gonna talk a little bit later. I feel like this was an interesting topic. It is a conspiracy is to destroy us. That's the name of the video. All right, I'm out of here.